10 years ago, we had the mission to deepen the interest and appreciation of Korean culture in the Philippines. In the middle of a bustling city emerged the Korean Cultural Center in the Philippines, the 20th Korean Cultural Center established under the auspices of the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism, and the Embassy of the Republic of Korea in the Philippines. Since the last decade, the Korean Cultural Center in the Philippines has been continuously coordinating with the Philippine art and culture sector, including government, non-government, and private organizations to be a platform in spreading awareness about all things related to Korean culture, bringing the best of Korean content and providing programs spanning from the visual and performing arts, Korean cuisine workshops, and Korean language classes. As a cultural institution, KCC spearheads the test of proficiency in Korean or topic twice a year. It also houses a library with more than 6,000 media and book titles that includes Korean literature, films, albums, and TV series. In pursuit of opening more opportunities for cultural exchange, KCC has accommodated and organized diverse kinds of exhibitions, film screenings, as well as special performances, which are usually held in its multi-purpose area dubbed as the Hallyu Hall. Truly, the Filipino people's curiosity and passion to discover Korean culture has fashioned KCC to become a new place of new encounters, knowledge, and exchange in our country. The overwhelming demand for Korean content in the Philippines over the years has not only empowered KCC to diversify its Korean language classes, but also expand its supporter schools adopting Korean language through the special program Foreign Language together with the Department of Education. The KCC mounts its annual school tour touted as Korean Culture Caravan. More than an educational event, Korean Culture Caravan is a celebration, a grand moi initiative to impart to the youth what Korea truly is beyond its contemporary and traditional culture while encouraging them to love their own and stay true to their identity as Filipinos. Having a vital role as an outpost to upgrading Korea's national image, the center has worked hard to increase its focus on public diplomacy and information dissemination by regularly inviting selected press members to experience Korean culture firsthand, assisting them in their coverage. Over the decade-long presence of KCC in the country, hundreds of critically acclaimed films have been showcased through its annual celebrated event, Korean Film Festival, an event for the cineast that present a unique brand of movie experiences and immerses audiences in stories of cultural heritage and identity. As the Korean wave, or Hallyu, continued to captivate Filipinos, the KCC rode the tide by embracing and celebrating the talent, entertainment, and culture that both Korea and Philippines can offer. The Pinoy K-pop star, the highly anticipated competition that brings together the most talented vocal and performance cover artists from all over the country, started its humble journey in 2011. Since then, its prestigious stage has served as a stepping stone for aspiring performers to represent the Philippines in the Changwon K-pop World Festival, and even gave rise to some of the most celebrated Filipino artists today. Another standout among these cultural exchange programs is the annual gastronomic affair, Global Taste of Korea, which offers a platform for local home cooks and aspiring chefs to be recognized while sharing their love for Korean cuisines and an avenue for a deeper understanding of Korean food culture. The solid and meaningful friendship that is built upon the prolonged, interlinked history of Korea and the Philippines certainly grows deeper as KCC ignites and promotes people-to-people exchange and mutual learning by bringing exhibitions of art, science, and history to a diverse audience. To top it all off, KCC, together with the United Korea Community Association and National Commission for Culture and the Arts, co-hosts the annual Philippines-Korea Cultural Exchange Festival, which remains steadfast in advancing the bilateral relations between the people of the Philippines and Korea by offering cultural and artistic presentations from both Filipino and Korean nationals. While the pandemic has brought unprecedented challenges for both countries, the healing powers of our cultures and artistic expressions provided a comforting solace. Despite inevitable limitations, KCC strived harder to continue spreading the beauty of Korean culture and communicating with its audience by transitioning to the online platform under the campaigns Korea at Home in 2020 and through the colorful adventures this 2021. New and exciting K-culture contents were enjoyed by many in the comfort of their homes, thanks to the innovative and hardworking staff of KCC, K-culture friends, whose passion and purpose transcend any adversity. As a highlight of the Colorful Adventures campaign, the Creation Logo Making Contest is held to celebrate KCC's 10th year anniversary. As a total of 244 entries were evaluated by an esteemed panel of arts and design experts, and one unique logo design stood out. Inspired by the colors of the South Korean flag, the winning logo captures the symbols and elements that represent KCC, including the diverse programs and exhibitions that have remarkably encouraged many to take part in the center's activities.
Hello, 안녕하세요. Today marks a special day for Korean Cultural Center in the Philippines. Not only because it's a KCC birthday, but it is also the center's 10th year in the country. The strong appreciation and the support that the Filipinos have given KCC over 10 years has been very inspiring. However, with the pandemic still limiting us from celebrating this milestone, we can only look back and recall all the fun years filled with events, education, activities, memories, and friendship. The last 10 years have been truly colorful. However, we promise to bring a more good time in the years to come, especially as we are preparing to welcome you all in our new home. Thank you very much for embracing KCC then and now. 감사합니다.
Marking a colorful decade of promoting Korean culture in the country, KCC Philippines has finally found out its new home at Bayani Road in Taguig City. Housing a permanent exhibition space, multi-purpose audio-visual rooms, and classrooms, KCC hopes to cater to more K-culture enthusiasts and learners as soon as the situation permits. KCC is just getting started as it will have more live shows, unique competitions, thematic screenings, educational offerings, and other exciting events and activities in the coming years, strengthening the relationship between Korea and the Philippines even in the worst times. The Korean Cultural Center in the Philippines will continue pushing forward to continually deepen the understanding of the Korean culture in the hearts of Filipinos. 감사합니다, Filipinos. On to the next 10 years and more.